How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Grounded podcast, where today we've got another person joining us. I think every week we've had one extra person. So we've obviously got Oscar from WhatYouAfter.
Bonjour.
Anthony from Abandoned Seekers.
Hello.
And we've also got Neil from the Abandoned Explorer.
Well, hey, how's it going, guys? All right?
Do you know what? The way we're actually adding people, by the time we actually get out of lockdown, we're going to have about 20 people on the podcast.
Don't know how you're going to control the madness, but...
That's going to be just like people talking and talking.
I'm going to have to outdo everyone, so whoever you guys plan on bringing, plan now, because I'm going to bring someone like... I don't know, I'll see if I can get Gary Barlow or something for the finale. Because
imagine a massive take-up fan.
Oh, hi, and welcome to the Grounded podcast. Here's Nathan, Neil, Anthony, 20 other people, and I'm Oscar, and today with me I've got Gary Barlow.
Right, so anyway, let's get on to this. So this week our topic is kind of a bit of it's one I've wanted to talk about for a very, very long time. It's something that I think does coexist with Urbex. It's like intrinsic in the society, and it is paranormal.
I think you saying paranormal stuff is close to Urbex is like you saying football's close to Urbex. I don't think that it is.
The thing is, it kind of is though, because
only because of the places people go to find the ghosts. Okay,
but honestly, think about it though. How many times have you been asked to do paranormal videos by your viewers? Or how many times have people talked about ghosts they've seen in your videos while watching? They are kind of entwined with each other. People do tend to think they go hand in hand. So they think if you do Urbex, you're going to see ghosts. Or if you do ghosts, you kind of do Urbex. They are kind of intertwined.
It's kind of like how my channel started, though, really, realistically.
Well,
so
there you go. It's a perfect example there, isn't it? Because obviously you started doing paranormal, didn't you?
So originally the channel was called Urban Ghost Explorers. So we used to explore abandoned buildings and ghost hunt essentially at the same time. And we found ourselves exploring more than ghost hunting, so that's why we ended up changing the channel in the end to just exploring.
I was about to ask you how many ghosts you've caught, and then I thought, God, we're only a few minutes in, let's not get too deep into this too quickly. I don't think Casper's going to come up and stand at the end of my bed, but things have happened.
You never know, though.
Well, things have happened, and I think there is something after death. But I don't know. Who knows? No one will ever really know, will they?
So I think even if you don't believe in ghosts, because I wouldn't say that I believe in ghosts, but I can definitely say that I've had experiences that I couldn't explain. Definitely while exploring as well.
But is that more your mind playing tricks on you? Or did something really happen?
I don't know. This is the thing. As a skeptic, I will look at every eventuality, like of what it could be. Could it be the wind? Could it be like a board breaking or whatever? Anything like that, or a door slamming. That's what I'll look at first, but have been times where I've left the place thinking I don't know what happened. I'm not saying it's a ghost, but I can't explain it either way.
There's only been one time that I've had people commenting down below on a video saying something's happened. But exactly the same as you, I look at it and I think, no, that's just the camera angle. So all it was is when we went to the first time, one of the doors looked like it opened on the cupboard, but really what it could have been was just the angle of the camera, the way I was panning around, looked like the door was opening.
I've had people message me on Facebook with like pictures where they've changed the exposure and stuff, and they've circled something and been like, did you not see that? But I think, people see a shadow that they think looks funny and they think, oh yeah, can I claim that as a guess?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on Facebook at the moment.
Okay. Can I just quickly let you guys know, I do have a little game planned for later on in the podcast.
One of Oscar's traditional games. Is this all about what you're after as well?
No, of course not. There's a few what you after questions. The thing is, I'm asking the questions and you guys are answering, so I can't ask a question that Neil's going to know the answer to, can I? So True. It's got to be fair on all of you. Now, there's only one what you after question. But the rest of them are completely about ghost hunting, and all of the answers I will slyly slip into conversation, so you better be listening, guys.
Is there a prize?
Now,
I said there would be a prize. I'm still waiting on my prize.
Hold on a fucking minute. Because I didn't plan the last one properly, Nathan, you will start. Nathan, you will start with a point.
Yeah.
But then what about Neil? Because that's not fair on him because he didn't participate.
Yeah, but
Do you know what? Do you know what I want as a prize?
What do you want as a prize?
I want a What You After hat.
Well, we don't do them. You can have a What You After mug. That was the prize. You can
That'll
have
do.
a What
Go
You
on then,
After
a What You
mug.
After mug. That'll do.
If you're
And the
playing for
winner
What You
of
After
tonight,
hat,
the winner of tonight's will get a What You After mug also, and I'll order them after the podcast. Okay.
I'm going to say my piece as well because obviously you guys are chatting. So I'm a believer, and that's because I've had multiple experiences since I was younger. I've seen like things that are weird and spirits and whatever you're not, and that basically comes from my nan because my nan's a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
People who are really into the spiritual world, they'll understand what a psychic medium is, a Reiki master, and all that sort of thing.
He's always said he could communicate with the other side.
And your mate Nick as well said that as well, didn't
Yeah, you know when you just know something's there.
he?
You when someone's you get goosebumps and you just know something's there. So that's what I normally get. You just know that something's there. You can't physically see it.
You feel like you're being watched.
Yeah, you know, like sometimes when you turn the lights out downstairs and you bloody run up the stairs because you feel like someone's chasing you, like when you're a kid. It's like that sort of experience. It's weird.
So are you saying when I was a kid and I did that, there was always something chasing me?
Possibly.
Oh, that
God.
makes me ill.
I've gone from a skeptic to a believer now.
What, like that?
You're just like that.
That was easy.
That was it.
Job done. End of podcast, guys.
See, Neil, you're
See you
a bit
next
of a
week.
hypocrite, aren't you, though? Because you have been on a paranormal investigation, have you not?
Yeah.
See, that doesn't make you a hypocrite.
How does that make me a hypocrite then?
That doesn't make you a hypocrite because
Come on, no, let's.
hang on. Let me explain this first of all. Let me explain because
Okay.
the paranormal thing you're talking about, I've been on as well. I was there at the same time as Neil.
Does
Okay.
We
It
never
wasn't-
said we believed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
The thing is, when we're there, it's not like I've never done that before. Well, actually, that's not true. My
I thought
dad
things
is.
happened, though.
I don't believe in ghosts personally, but my dad, when I was a kid, used to take us on paranormal ghost hunts all the time. He used to watch Most Haunted a lot, and used to take us out and try and find stuff. I remember one time, I think for my brother's birthday or my birthday or something, we went to a graveyard for the evening with some of my friends and did a ghost hunt thing. So it's not
Really?
like I haven't done that kind of stuff, but to be honest, the more I've seen of it, the less I've believed it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to say. The
so-
more investigations I went on, the more I come out at the end of it thinking, yeah, this is not true.
Yeah, so when I went to... Because we were originally doing a Halloween special, which was a few years ago now, and it was an overnight stay, and I think, Neil, you invited the paranormal team along, didn't you?
Yes.
And it was just kind of like, well, why not?
Yeah.
I'd be interested to find, see if they find anything or whatever. Just
Is this
be
at the
interested.
prison?
No.
It wasn't a prison, no. It was... actually, wasn't it?
That's it.
And it was kind of just... I'm happy to see what happens. I'm not judgmental if people want to
Is
do
that
that.
the
they believe
overnight
that.
you guys did?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I
correct,
was
yeah.
coming to scare you that night, and then Lauren's waters broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, none of you even knew me as well, so it would have been brilliant.
That would have
I'd
freaked me out a
proper
lot.
shat you all up.
We got you anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, you did, because you had obviously Tom in a pig mask. Jesus Christ.
That was brilliant.
I'm guessing all of us here have been involved in paranormal investigations.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've all been in abandoned places where something's happened and we've gone, hang on a minute, that's a bit fishy.
Well, that was my next question, actually. I was going to say to you, can you each individually kind of name me one time that you were exploring or out somewhere or whatever where something happened that you couldn't explain away?
I don't think I can, really.
No?
No.
I've got one. So I can pretty much name this place because no one can ever get into it because they've sealed it up tighter than tight. So it's an actual fact. I took you there, Neil. Remember when it was that mental asylum in Wales?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When we were coming back and we
The
did
one that
see
we
the
couldn't
sig-
get in.
Yeah. We went through
So-
the fence and then there was a guy with like 2 German shepherds and we were
That's
like
it.
crapped up pants. So I went there not so long
Gutted.
before then with one of my mates, Paul, and we went there in the evening and we were on edge because it's at night, it's a mental asylum, and you've got the fear factor straight away, so that's already playing minds. playing on your mind. So things happened. We gave up. We were like, we shit our pants basically, and we were like, nah, we're gonna do it in the daytime. So we did it in the daytime, and we were walking down, and the video is still up there, still on YouTube, and it even featured in my top 10 recently. And we were walking down, and we stopped just before we got to the end of the corridor. And when we got to the end of the corridor door just opened. You can hear it. It literally just opened. We were like, what the fucking hell's going on?
Do you know what? I can hear it in your voice as you're telling this story. Like this shit shat you up.
It did, mate. Yeah. And then when we walked around the corner as well, the door then just randomly slammed shut, and we were like, what the fuck?
I mean, see, a lot of people say there are
weirdest experience I've had since.
There are things that could explain that, like a breeze in an abandoned building, windows are open and stuff, like blowing a door open and then slamming it shut. But even so, like when you're in a place and shit like that happens, it is scary, isn't it?
See, I do like to think we're all quite level-headed here. I mean, obviously we've been in a lot of creepy, dark, scary places, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that sometimes when you go into a place at night, you get that immediate vibe.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. Every time I go into a place, I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh, come on. You all know me. I'm always scared.
Oh, yeah. Even in the day, I still get that, like, butterflies. Like, there could be somebody in there. That's the only thing I fear about. It's not...
Who do you think is the most scared out of all of us? Like, in general?
You.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
But really? I reckon me and you could be on par.
No, I'd say sometimes I have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day.
Yeah, I can agree.
I'm thinking about the time when we went through the woods and we had to park up, and we was like 30 minutes from our location, and you were like already shitting a brick.
But come on, we got good videos out of nothing with that.
To be fair, we did. It was good. It was funny. But
like, do you know what? When people watched that video, I was like, "Oh, that's rubbish. Nothing actually happens. It's all clickbait." And then people are like, "That was actually a really good video. It was funny."
One of these explorers you're just going to remember just because of how much of a laugh that we had.
Exactly. That's one of them ones you look back on in 10 years and go, "Oh God, do you remember that time someone tried to stitch us up?"
That day.
So one of the first big explores I did, whatever the grammar is. We went to Salisbury Asylum, which I can say because it's not there anymore, and quite a few things happened there, and it was really scary, and it was an old asylum, and basically we were downstairs and we went in this room and it said, "Please ring bell for assistance." Then we went into another room and there was those like heart rate sheets on the floor, and I heard a bell ring, and in the video you can clearly hear me go, "Did anybody hear that bell ring?" Nobody heard it, so we carried on. And then we went upstairs, and directly above the room we were in there was an old phone on the floor, and it was upside down, so I turned it over to take a picture, and it made the exact same ringing noise that I heard from the room below.
Now, I can almost vouch for almost the same things that you were talking about there, because I also went there, I don't know when, at some point, which was just before I started recording, and we and some of my friends that went there had a similar experience.
Yeah. Well, because it was one of my first videos, I didn't film it very well, so recently I re-edited it and I made it into like a documentary video, and there's like a 5-minute bit about the paranormal stuff. But that was scary. Like, I genuinely believe there was someone there with us.
I do wish things like that did happen when I go exploring.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because you're such a skeptic, they probably do, mate, but you don't even think about it.
Hang on, let me go in there, because you say that, but I am a skeptic, and I will say that I'm a skeptic, but I'm also open-minded about stuff.
Yeah,
and I will say there are a few times when things have happened that I can't explain what they were. I think
didn't you go somewhere with Colin recently?
Well, this is it. The most notable one was actually that recent one with Colin, where we went into it was a abandoned mansion. This building had security, not security as in people, but security like things all the way around the building. So it had bars on the windows downstairs, it had bars on the windows upstairs. There was literally no way in, except for one door, which the shutter was open on, but it was upstairs. So we climbed up a ladder to get into this door, and because we had to go onto a balcony. So that's the only way in. You could get to a upstairs window. When we got up there, we pulled the ladder up with us. So there was no other ladder down there, no other way of getting up there. We had the only ladder in the site, and we ran the whole place. It was fine. We explored, and then at one point, I was filming something, and Colin sort of screamed, and I was like, "Oh God, what's he screaming about?" Went and sort of chatted to him, and he said, he goes, "It sounds weird, but I've just heard like footsteps running off into the corner," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I kind of made a joke about it and said, "Did you hear like children's laughter as well at the same time?" And he was like, "Oh no, shut up, mate. So anyway, we carried on, and we finished the explore, and literally just as I was going to do my outro, there was this like almighty sort of thud, and I looked around and I went, "Was that you?" And he went, "No." And honestly, the whole time I was there, even up to the point where we went home, the whole time I was there, I thought, because all these things were happening behind me, I thought Colin's chucking stuff, Colin's kicking stuff, he's making all the noises.
He's trying to prank you or something.
But having looked at that footage and seen behind me, because every time I was doing it, I was talking to the camera, so the camera was on me and he was behind me, he didn't do anything. And those noises I cannot explain, because, like I said, there was no one else in there, and especially one right at the end, which was a big, loud, almost like a dragging, kicking noise of something metallic metal that just wouldn't have moved via wind. And it was very, very close to us as well. And I to this day, I cannot explain what that was. I don't necessarily think it was a ghost, but I can't explain it.
Someone in the Twilight Zone.
Do you know what? I love ghost stories.
They are good. They are creepy. I mean, this is the thing. They are entertaining. No matter whether you believe in ghosts or not, they are an entertaining format.
I do watch like other YouTube channels that like Nuke Top 5s, I probably butchered his channel, but Nuke's Top 5s or something like that. And he does a lot of like ghost stuff and whatever, and some of it is questionable because I'm not there. You can never say yes, that's something if you're not there, because you can't.
That's the problem, unless it's your experience.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Nathan, your story then, I think my one kind of relates to that. I felt that story. It gave me shivers. And I watched the video and I get it. Like, yeah. Ugh.
That is yeah. Because I genuinely think anyone who hasn't seen that video, go check it out. Because like me as a skeptic, that's not something I would generally say. Oh yeah, that was a ghost. But I don't know what else to say it could have been. But I mean, we just talked about a little bit about like how entertaining this sort of thing can be. So what do you think? What do you think is the right way to portray a paranormal experience on a video?
Just be honest, I think. Just don't try to make something happen that isn't happening. Do you know what I mean? Just
the problem about that though is your audience is always going to go near.
So are you saying that they should try and amp it up?
No. What I'm saying is, no matter, even if something generally happens, someone's always going to go, "You set that up."
Yeah, but that's the
true.
thing.
That's the
if you
problem.
set that up, you feel guilty. If it actually happened,
Well,
then
maybe-
you've got no reason not to post
maybe
it.
the four of us should do like a paranormal video, but try to make it as real as we can. Do you know what I mean? If nothing happens, nothing happens.
The problem with that, like Anthony was saying, it doesn't matter how genuine you come across or how good your reputation is, people will just go, "Well, you set that up," or whatever.
And what you've got to
Even
remember
if you
is,
live stream it, people will still go, "Nah."
no matter what happens, if we do that, you know how scared I get, and I will make a big deal out of nothing, and then people
See,
will
actually,
be like,
that's-
"Oh, it's all fake."
That's something I wanted to talk about, actually, is mass hysteria, because specifically, Oscar, in your video you did about 10 months ago now, where you went round, was it a museum?
Yeah, it was the Royal Signals Museum on
Hey.
Glamp.
Okay, so I watched that video, and obviously there's a few things that happen in that, but I wanted to make the point that when you were walking around by yourself, nothing happened. But when you were as a group, things started happening. How do you know that wasn't you guys feeding off each other?
Yeah.
Well, what happened there, the only creditable thing that happened there, basically, my neighbours, Suzanne and Pete, they are Blandford paranormal investigators, and they invited me to go along with them. So somebody unlocked the museum for us, and they were with us the whole time. and then there was 2 other people with us. I think that was it. I'm not too sure. There may have been another person, but we were all in one group. And the person that had the key to let us in only had the key to let us in. That was it. Nobody had access to any cupboards, any display cabinets or anything like that. And we all sat in this little room and tried table tipping. I won't go into it because it will drag on for ages, but if you want to watch the video, go over to WhatYouAfter and check it out. And once we were done, we all left and the table had nothing on it. When we came back to the room, the table had a card on it from the display cabinet, like an information card about one of the things that was in the cabinet, and that was on the table, lined up deadly in the center, and nobody went there. Nobody could have.
But didn't that happen after you had already separated and gone off with the other part of the group? Because I think you said in the video, unless it was one of them, could it have been?
I don't think it could have, because nobody had access to inside the cabinets. That's the thing. When we noticed it, we had a look at the cabinet, and we couldn't have got in there. None of us that were there could have got in there to take it out. That was the weird thing about it. In the video, I'll be honest, I had bits and pieces of footage, so it might not be in the right order either.
I'm looking at going to Gloucester Prison. I want to do an investigation there.
There's so many haunted places. Even like Knowlton Church is meant to be the most haunted place in Dorset.
See, do you not find it more, credible, when you go to somewhere that isn't necessarily got a story behind it as well?
Yeah.
Because I find that, because you're saying about these haunted places, these are supposed to be haunted, this is supposed to be haunted. If you go in there with that mentality of, this is meant to be haunted,
something's going to happen.
Exactly, it makes you feel like something's going to happen. Whereas I think, going back to the video I just talked about a second ago, we had no indication of anything that happened there beforehand, so we didn't go in there thinking there was going to be paranormal stuff. Yeah, it had a creepy vibe, and the very first thing we did see was a handprint on there and it said, "Please help us," on the door. So maybe that gave us the heebie-jeebies, I don't know, but I definitely think that it gives it more credibility if you go somewhere that doesn't have a pre-existing story.
Now I want to talk about the 2 investigations that I went on. Well, I got quite friendly with this paranormal team, and I really did not want to make them look bad. And that's
how friendly, like threesome friendly, or
if you want to put it that way, yeah, it did. No, I got friendly with them, and I didn't want to make them look bad. I didn't want to make it look like, I didn't want to say in my videos, yeah, this is all fake. I don't believe any of this. But I was going round and I was thinking, I'm becoming more of a skeptic now because of the things that's happening in this. Like they're going around with an iPad and there's voices coming through the iPad, and I'm there and I'm like, honestly, if you guys think this is true, then I don't know. It just
was that like a spirit box? Because that's something I definitely want to touch on at some point.
It was a wireless speaker and an iPad. And to me,
those bloody spirit boxes
it's a
nonsense.
Joke. Honestly, I think it picks up radio signals and it's just giving out random voices.
Yeah, it flicks through radio frequencies so quickly that it doesn't actually pick up a station properly. It just picks up a few words every now and again.
And it'd be like, Michael.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hello.
Of course you're going to hear random words, aren't you?
Yeah.
Occasionally there's going to be a name.
Exactly. And then I did Dorchester Prison. And this is where things went into a completely different... Honestly, there were some things going on. People saying that their legs were being... I mean, it could be true. It could be true. But people saying their legs were being touched. And then we done a Ouija board. And there was one girl there who was just... She was going crazy throughout the whole investigation. And to me, it almost makes me feel like they bring people in. These investigation teams bring people in to hype things up.
So it's not unheard of, is it? I mean, that's the thing. It sounds out there, but it's not unheard of.
100%, but I 100% believe that happens.
See, that's the difference. You went on these things which are run by people trying to make money.
Yeah.
The thing I went on was my neighbours who enjoy going around with their kit and everything.
Exactly.
It wasn't a money making scheme, and that's why I think the stuff that happened there is creditable, because there's no reason for them to fake it. Like, they have nothing to prove to me. No. It's what they enjoy doing. But yeah, I think a lot of places do that though, don't they? They fake a lot of shit just to make money.
100%. And there was a time we was doing a Ouija board, and it started moving, and everybody had their finger really lightly on it, but there was this one girl that literally had her whole finger down on it pushing, and we all lifted it up and it still moved, and she had her finger on it. She was the only one with her finger left on the I don't know what you call it. What's the thing that moves? Pendant?
I know what you're.
I know what you mean. The little thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a glass circle.
That's it.
Yeah. That reminds me of when we did a Ouija board with Warren.
Yeah.
And he was 100% pushing that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we called him out on that. That was quite
My mum told me never to do one.
See,
my dad told me the same thing.
I would never do one somewhere that's personal to me.
Haunted.
I'm the kind of soul that a spirit attaches to. Do you know what I mean? It's just
delicate.
best me stay away.
Delicate and has a nice tight tush.
Oh
my god! I'm so glad to say live.
So I can cut that out if I want to, but maybe I don't want to.
just going back on something you said, Neil. You said someone said they kept getting touched or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't kept getting like those feelings, but one side of my body went really cold, and they had a laser thermometer, and they were like checking like either side of me.
For COVID.
And no, mate, it was long before then. And one side of me was just really, really cold, and there was a gap there. There wasn't anyone sat there, and I reckon someone was sat next to me. You know, that was the room that the thing came out of.
See, the skeptic in me would say that there was no one sat next to you, so therefore there was a breeze going through that gap.
Yeah, well, that was the theory, but there was not a breeze.
Yeah, but
I'm a man that feels a breeze on my neck.
You have to be there and experience it yourself.
This is the thing. This is why it's so hard to try and portray. If you believe or you don't believe, it's so hard to sort of portray each side because of the fact that that person wasn't there when that thing happened. So they're probably going to be skeptical about it, or vice versa. They'll just believe you. It's really hard to kind of prove.
There's some people out there that are so disbelieving, like the spirit world or anything like that. If a spirit come along and smack them in the face with a 2x4, they still would say the wind blew.
See, I'm not like that. Again, seeing's believing. Do you know what I mean?
I'm like you, Neil, as well. Like I'm open-minded, but I'm skeptical about everything. I won't immediately jump on that's a ghost.
Like Andy just said, if a ghost comes and smack me in the face, then yeah, that's when I'll be like, right, I'm not a skeptic no more. I'm a believer. That really did happen.
You're a Justin Bieber.
Unless it was just some crackhead.
Well, that's I mean, what's worse, a ghost or a crackhead? You decide. In fact,
I want to see. I want something to happen. I really do. I'm not one of these people.
We're not live, so I think I should just take a moment. Say, do leave a comment in the chat at the side, because we are all going to be chatting away with you when this is premiering, and do leave a comment down below and tell us your ghost stories, because this is quite fun. Carry on now.
The thing is, ghost stories are entertaining, so even to hear from you guys, it'd be really good.
I don't know about you, Nathan, but I really, really do want something to happen.
In ghost camp?
I think if there was anything that I know for a fact, obviously that time that I saw it in the video, that freaked me out. I think in the video I was going, let's just go.
We can go to places where people have claimed something has happened, and then we turn up and disprove it.
Well, yeah, you say that, and Oscar might be like, oh my god, there's definitely a ghost.
We call ourselves the Party Pooper Crew.
Right, so I want to circle back round though, because we are kind of getting on to about 45 minutes nearly. So I want to sort of circle back round to the reason why this podcast has come about in the first place, because there was a particular thing that cropped up, and I know that Paranormal was something I've wanted to talk about for a long, long time, but this particular thing tipped it over the edge, and I was like, I'm just going to do that, because that is totally wrong. Now, Neil, you're the one that pointed this out first of all, aren't you? Now, do you want to explain a bit about it?
No, you carry on.
Okay, all right.
I'll jump in at parts that I need to.
I'm sure that most of you guys out there who are listening to this know who Captain Tom Moore is. Obviously, during this COVID year, we've had this captain who basically he walked around his garden 100 times or something to raise money for charity.
So he's raising money for charity, wasn't he? I can't remember what the charity was. NHS, that's it. Go on, Andy.
So basically, he started off just doing circles around his garden, and all he wanted to do originally was just to raise £1,000 for the NHS. And then obviously it grew and exploded and stuff like that, and he just kept doing it, and eventually he raised, I think it was 35 million.
And I think that's a world record.
That is a world record, yeah, for the single most amount of money raised for one individual charity by one person.
It's fantastic in itself, an amazing achievement.
Just before we get morbid with this,
yeah,
I want to say, when it all happened, like, I thought, oh wow, that's really cool, that's brilliant. Like, someone that age can raise that amount of money. But when he passed away, on the radio, they did like a little 2-minute bit about him whilst I was driving somewhere, and they put like 30-second clip of some of the words he said, and it was like saying about the pandemic and that things will get better and the sun will shine again and all of this, and it actually brought a tear down my face. Like, it went straight to my heart.
Well, there's a documentary on the BBC, and it's all about his life.
Yeah.
And he was just a really nice bloke for his whole life.
Yeah.
It's not just hero. Like, he really was an absolute
exactly.
hero.
Did anybody watch the life of about him with Piers Morgan, was it?
No, I didn't see that one.
So I caught a bit of it, and it was basically going through his life and stuff like that, and he was married, and he did move to Spain, and his wife was ill,
and I saw
eventually
that.
she passed away, and then he then moved into one of his daughter's places because they didn't want to put him in a home or anything like that, and that's where he lived until obviously he died.
He was actually a really rich man as well.
Yeah.
Like, he was a businessman.
He was quite wealthy, yeah.
Yeah, I think he started selling concrete.
Concrete?
Yeah, he did.
Concrete, yeah.
He did bits and
you
bobs,
wouldn't have thought it, would you?
No.
This doesn't have a happy ending, unfortunately. He died on the 2nd of February of COVID, unfortunately.
I know, always COVID.
Yeah, I know. It's
so sad.
It's been a horrific year. I mean, we've lost so many people, but this was quite a big thing because obviously he was such a hero to everybody.
He just turned 100 as well.
Yeah, raising so much money. Now, Neil, you shared a video on Facebook, didn't you? That's
yes.
Immediately I was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? Because it was the next day or a few hours after he'd passed away. So I'm looking at it right now on YouTube, and it was actually posted on the 2nd of Feb. So Captain Tom died on the 2nd of Feb, and it was posted on the 2nd of Feb. And it's a Captain Tom Moore Celebrity Ghost Box interview.
I haven't said anything, but I'm shaking my head.
Yeah, how disrespectful can you get?
Yeah. It's by a channel called Charlie Chittenden Paranormal, and I don't usually do this. I wouldn't usually, because I'm not asking you guys to send any hate or that. But I am going to link his channel in the description.
Go and send that motherfucker some hate. That's coming from me. Nathan won't say it.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that, and I'm not endorsing that.
I bet he cuts it out the video.
I am.
If you cut it out the video, leave that bit. Leave that bit. That
I
bet he cuts it out.
But I am going to link his channel down below, just because. I'm not saying go and hate on him and things like that. I have left a comment, and my comment is, "What the f is wrong with you? Do you know how disrespectful this is?"
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This is where you know this video is fake. The bloke's just died. He isn't going to come to that particular person and speak to him. Do you know what I mean?
Why? What's the point?
Exactly. What's so special about this one bloke that Captain Tom Moore's going to come over and have a little chit chat with him? It's just not going to happen.
I think me and Nathan discussed this like shortly yesterday, didn't I? I basically turned around and said, "There's no way if he's just passed away that you would just go to some random geezer who's doing some random spirit box or whatever he thinks he's blooming well doing, and go, hi, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, I passed over all right, mate. Yeah, it's fine."
But the thing that made me angry is there was people supporting him as well.
Yeah.
There's people
currently the
commenting.
video itself has, well, to be fair, 2,445 views. It's got 29 likes and 205 dislikes.
Oh, what?
I was one of the dislikes.
Yeah, so was I.
So when it comes to like that video where Nathan showed me posted the video sent the video to me.
Yeah.
I felt really like fucking angry that I even gave the guy the view. I think I got like over a minute into it, and I was thinking, why am I still fucking watching this? Why have I just given this guy Yeah, why am I giving him my watch time? Why did I even click this link?
We all watched it because we just couldn't believe what was actually happening.
I wanted to see exactly what was happening.
Do you think that's what he's counting on, though? Like, he's counting on people to be so shocked and so...
Yeah.
I mean, most people, especially with the amount of hate this guy's got, he's got only 200 comments and most of the stuff is dislikes. You would either take it down or delete the comments. He's not done either of that, so he just clearly doesn't give a shit.
Because the worst thing is, like, engagement's engagement, isn't it? Exactly. He's sat there thinking, oh my god, my video's gone viral, because at the end of the day, he knows what he's doing is bullshit. He knows what he's doing is wrong, but he achieved what he wanted to achieve. He has been trying to do these ghost talking to the paranormal things for a bloody radio, and it's not working. All of a sudden, a big person dies.
He's basically one of these people that enjoy, getting negative comments. He just basically doesn't give a shit.
He probably waits for people to die and then goes, right, and can make a video about them now. But it was just, the wrong person.
The thing is, there's so many channels like this. Like, he's in no way is he like unique. I just researching for this podcast, I looked up a few other channels that do the same sort of thing, and one that cropped up, which got around about the same subscribers as Charlie Chittenden, is Life to Afterlife Spirituality Series. And this one, looking through some of the videos, we've got things like Robin Williams, right? Spirit Box of Robin Williams.
Oh no.
And there was quite a few that popped up like that were quite new things. I'm sure there was another one as well. I can't remember. There's Michael Jackson on there. There's Ron Williams. But again, the guy who does these videos, you can see he's quite clearly cut and edited it himself. It's very obviously fake.
I mean, I get it if it's their own nan, if their own or a family member has died and they're trying to communicate with their nan and they want to kind of believe that's happening. I get that.
These people are just trying to get views, though.
Yeah, and
they're using the person's
like
name.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Come on.
Because even like these things, like even in real life, if they are real, like who knows? The people that believe it, the people that don't, whatever. People go and see people to communicate with people that they've lost or people on the other side, and these things are done in private. They're not something that you stick a camera up and put on the internet for the whole world to see. It's just not real. Like
again, they're making money.
Yeah.
Is that what it comes down to, though? Do you think some of these people are? I mean, there's obviously good paranormal explorers out there and investigators, because I know a few, and then there's channels out there that feed off of people's fear and intrigue and just try and get those views in for cash.
I mean, I'm a little bit like you, Nathan. I'm on the fence. There are some people out there that are just out for money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's been documentaries on TV. I watched one on Channel 4 where they followed this one bloke around and they found out that he was a fraudster.
The thing is, it's quite a common thing as well. Like, I mean, Derek Acora, who used to be part of Most
exactly.
Haunted.
Yeah.
The 3rd of the 1st, 2020, is the day that my heart broke.
When you found out
he died.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
But then he was found to be a fake as well.
Yeah. And that's the reason why Most Haunted let him actually go in the end, because it wasn't the fact that they found out that he was faking it. I think because he was caught faking it.
Yeah, they suspected for a long time that he was faking stuff, and they ended up feeding him information that was genuinely not true, in the hopes that he would bring it up in an episode, and he did exactly that. I want to talk a bit about the heart thing, because you do. I know you want to mention that.
Yeah, I do.
But I was going to say, because that seems to be a trend, not necessarily with you, but like a lot of people are faking it. And like I said in my last video about faking, is that it's always that one-upmanship. It's trying to get the most outlandish, the next best thing, and it's just becoming a bit of a joke, really.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about what happened with you then, with
so
fighters again.
Yeah, funny, they keep coming up, don't they, in this
They
podcast?
do.
Because they're assholes.
So I went up there, I met him, and the plan was to go to this abandoned drug dealer's mansion. And that's not clickbait, it was a drug dealer's mansion. And Dan, I'm not throwing him under the bus here, because this is the God's honest truth. Dan had this idea to go to his local butcher's and get some pig hearts. So we went there, we got them, and we was planning on meeting up with about 7 people to go and explore this place. Which was I don't like exploring that many people. We got the pig's hearts, we put them in the sink while everybody was upstairs. And we thought it'd be quite funny to prank everyone and say, come downstairs quick, come downstairs, there's pig hearts in the sink and everything. And it worked for a little bit. And I decided to, keep it in the video. I thought, okay, this could be quite funny. But it kind of backfired, and I did get a lot of comments saying, oh, why did you fake it? Why did you do this for? And when I do watch it back, it was a little bit cringe. And I thought, yeah, that's obviously fake. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of was a little bit pressured into doing it. But at the same time, I could have easily edited it out, so I did leave it in there.
I would say a little bit naive as well.
And exactly.
Obviously, it's the first time you met Dan, and I mean, let's be honest. When you first met him, you thought he was all right. You liked him,
and I wasn't on YouTube for that long, really.
No, you kind of blew up out of nowhere, didn't you?
So at the same time, I was testing the water. I did want to test out: will this work? Will this kind of? Do you know what I mean? Like you said, a little bit naive.
So it goes for the character as well, though, because it clearly does work. Because as much as we can diss Dan as much as possible,
that's
his
exactly
channel
what I was trying to say. Yeah,
getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
He knows what people want to see.
Yeah, and he is faking. Let's say he's faking. He's making his videos entertaining in his own way.
Yeah,
but this is faking. But you know, it is what it is.
See, the issue I've got with this is the same issue I had with Lewis Clark when I spoke to him. Isn't the fact that people are faking stuff? Because if you watch a film, a horror film, you know it's not real. It's entertainment. But where people pretend stuff is real and pass it off as real and swear blind 100%, oh, it's real, it's definitely real, that's where I have a problem.
I made a video afterwards explaining, like telling them what actually happened. I felt like I had to. I couldn't keep it going as a lie. I felt bad, so
it's
I did
like
make
the car caves, wasn't it? You remember you said to me about him when he went to the car caves and the sword and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's like
it
just shows there is.
We all know the true
goes
story
to
now.
whatever lengths he needs to make the video. So
I suppose everyone's got different ways of entertaining their subscribers. For me, I've very much built up a brand of the stuff you see is real, and I don't fake stuff. Other people have gone the opposite way, and they're like, well, this is what I'm going to make, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't care. So and that would be very much a Dan sort of situation. I think he's built this brand. This is what he's going to do because it's working for him. He doesn't actually care what people think of him.
Well, he doesn't. No.
This is the thing, though. This is what annoyed me so much with Lewis Clark, because obviously I interviewed Lewis Clark, and he barefaced lied to me in that podcast and said that this Rob series 100% real. He's put disclaimers at the beginning. This is definitely real. And I don't know how many people saw it, but last year when I did my Tazer Rewind, there was actually a clip in that proved he lied through that entire thing, because the guy who plays Rob, there's a picture of him with Lewis Clark's mate on Instagram, something like 5 to 8 months before the Rob series started.
The thing is with Lewis Clark, at the beginning...
He's an arsehole.
Yeah. When he first started making videos...
How many times?
When he first started making videos, it was abandoned. That's what he started off doing.
Yeah.
Then he started going into the faking, whatever he was doing. But then people started clocking on, saying it was fake.
Yeah, the way he described it in the podcast, or the interview I had with him, was that it's these horror movies and he wants to get into the horror scene, which is fine. But the thing is, there's some videos which he'll outwardly say, yeah, these are fake and this is for entertainment. But the problem is, by doing that, he's then legitimizing the ones that he say aren't fake, but he's still lying about them.
Can I get on the same page? So I'm thinking of the same person. Is this the guy that... Is this the...
Found someone chained up in an abandoned building?
No. Is he the person that hangs around with Dan all the time?
No. That's Proving Demons.
What about J Station? That's another one.
Oh, so I had J Station written down, but I wasn't going to bring him up because there's so much. I mean, I think people know he's crap now, and I think it just there's so much shit with J Station, isn't there? Where do you even start?
Black Santa. Let's start with that one.
Well, I think I mentioned that in my last video, and Jesus, it's just ridiculous. I mean, he does a lot of the Spirit Box stuff as well, and gives no craps about who he's doing it about or how disrespectful he's being at the time, and it's just like, God, man.
Do you know what, guys? We've talked about quite a lot in this episode, and I've said everything I needed to say for us to begin. the quiz of the night. So let me just pause everyone in their tracks and tell you the rules. I will read out my question. The first person to make a noise, so the noise preferably your name for editing purposes, gets to answer the question. The person with the most points at the end wins a mug. Nathan, you get your mug anyway, so if you win, you get 2 mugs. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Go for it.
Okay,
Let's get
so
competitive.
what location was used by Exploring with Fighters to make a fake paranormal video? We've all made a video there.
Oh, that
God.
church.
Oh, the church, yeah.
Oh, what's it called?
All right,
I don't
Nathan, you the church first. No, Ant. Whoa.
I don't know what it's called, but the church.
On fire.
Yeah, Nathan said the church. That's all I wanted. Because
Can I say that?
No.
No.
Shh.
no. All right,
I'll cut that out.
Yeah,
cut that out.
Okay. Can you say your name before you just blast out the answer, please, guys? Come on, let's take this seriously. It's not the
Okay.
chase, I know, but right. Just a few minutes from this location lies supposedly the most haunted place in Dorset. It's a church, but can you name it?
Silence.
No idea.
Mentioned the most haunted church in Dorset, the most haunted place in Dorset. Something church. No? No one?
No.
Knowlton Church. Guys, I gave you the answers to all of these questions.
I've got my notebook and pen, mate.
Alright. This one's a good one. During the years WhatYouAfter has operated, we have had many members, but someone claims to be able to communicate with the spirit world. Who is it?
Neil.
Yeah?
Jamie.
No.
Ollie.
Yes, Nathan.
We're going to get there eventually, won't we? Just fucking name
What was the answer?
Ollie.
Ollie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's
yeah,
our
yeah.
Derek Akora, isn't
I was
he?
giving you guys a chance because I knew what it was, and I was like, I'll just wait.
I've completely forgot
Alright,
about him.
okay. This one. What year did Derek Akora die? Bonus point for the month and another bonus point for the full date.
Oh, you just said this.
Nathan.
Just basically said it.
I know.
Nathan.
Oh, no.
Nathan.
Yeah, go on, Nathan.
Was it January 3rd, but I can't remember the year.
The question is, what year did he die?
Oh,
So if you don't get that, you don't get the bonus point.
2014.
No, last year,
Totally-
2020.
Oh.
You had 3 points up for grabs there.
Oh.
If only you used your listening ears. Well, you're winning anyway. No one's even got a question right apart from you.
I
All
got
right.
2 right.
Go on, Nathan.
I once did a paranormal investigation, but where was it?
And
Go for it, Ant.
Blandford
I knew this
Museum.
one as well.
Blandford what museum?
Roll signals.
Yes! Alright, okay. What is the game used to talk to spirits?
Neil.
Go for it now.
Is it a game though? Ah,
Yeah,
I was
it is.
gonna say Ouija board.
Yes, you are correct.
Right, level pagans. Is it level pagans?
No, I've got 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Nathan, you're the winner again.
Well
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
next time I should do more questions.
Maybe I can donate the second cup to a viewer.
Okay, yeah. Alright. That's fine. If you want to do that, like, yeah, just throw my merch around like it's yours away.
Well, it is mine now. You said it was mine. I won it.
Alright, fine. 2 mugs are on. I may as well just send them straight to your house. Can you send me your address after this, please? Why do you get 2 mugs? Can't you give one to Neil or Ant? Like, come on.
Well, and then we can send it to one of the viewers.
Alright, no. You and your fiance can have one. That is your wedding present.
That's a
also.
good shout, actually. Yeah, she does drink a lot of coffee, so she could probably have one as well. So maybe I'll do that.
Oh, okay.
Right. Anyway, I think we are getting to the point where we need to start rounding off. So
Yeah, because
The
I'm
last-
actually falling asleep. But there's been
Are we
like
that
2-minute periods where I haven't spoken at all, and I've genuinely been nodding off. And
And
I'm
that is
sorry.
rare to not hear Oscar talking.
right, we are going to sign off and say goodbye. So everyone say goodbye,
Bye.
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 and we will see you in the next one. See you later.
You beautiful people.
Wrapping a rag around my face, I pull my hoodie on. This ain't no time for rookies, young. Got my octo camera on. So the ring can't be worried about no 5 or special ops. I keep my composure.